Hello, everyone, and welcome to our meeting of the healthy minds. And this is the month where we're marching forward. And I am super excited because that means that we're going to be changing our clocks moving forward. We're getting closer to spring, nicer clothes. It says that my internet is unstable, so if I freeze, Lord have mercy. Um, so that means that when we go shopping, there is nice, bright clothes, and it's just inspirational because now it gets late. The sun comes down later, which makes us brighter and alert. So I'm excited about that. And that's the reason why we called this, well, that and many other reasons why we called this topic that we're going to cover today, spring cleaning. So I want you to take out a pen, okay? Take out a pen and write these things down. So March 13th, you know this book? This book is powerful. And we're going to start reading the book as a group. So everybody, every single day, we're going to read. And I don't want to be the only one posting in our groups about what I get out of this book. I want it to be literally our focus, because unless we learn to manage our emotions and our spirit, and we connect that to our journey with food and fitness, in my personal opinion, we're going to struggle for a very long time. So I know that I'll post, but I want to also learn from you, okay? So we're going to start it officially 21 days starting March 13th. And for those of you who are local, New Jersey, Connecticut, and New York, this Saturday I will be in Danbury, Connecticut, and there will be a live fitness 30 minutes. We're going to work out to one of Autumn Calabrese's workouts, and I'm going to be in La Iglesia Fuente de Vida. That's on 7 Elm Street in Danbury, Connecticut. I will also be speaking in Spanish to the church community, and we're going to be talking about the connection between fitness and faith, because in all honesty, that's how I've been. She's lagging back in. Hey. Me botó. So anyway, as I was saying, so that's how I've been able to sustain my weight loss, because I understand that my body doesn't belong to me. It has a Lord, and it has someone that it's an owner. So I don't call the shots in this world, right? So therefore, I'm going to be speaking. And if you're there and you want to come and support, it's going to be the first time I do this. So nonetheless, I'm a little bit nervous, but I know God's got my back. Okay? Then, speaking about empowerment, March 18th, we're going to be in New York City, and we're going to be speaking about stepping into your own shade of brilliance. So March 18th, it's your day to come and gather and get to know other women who, like you, are looking to improve their lives. Maybe not. Perhaps you're just starting on the journey and you're like, I don't know, I'm not in the business, I don't have a brand, but you have yourself, and you have to become empowered and be loved yourself, like learn to walk in your greatness. So I invite you to come and be with us March 18th from 11 to 2 p.m. We'll be in the Roosevelt Hotel, and there is a link to purchase a ticket so that you can be there. All right. So make sure that you purchase that. And final announcement is for April 8th. We have April 8th, Carl Deichler will be coming to town. Carl Deichler is the creator, the hancho, the jefe, el boss. He was the one who came up with this whole idea of Beachbody and Shakeology and all that we have and all that we entail. And he has a beautiful mission, and that is to help other people achieve healthy and fulfilling lives. Not just that you are filling your bodies and you feel muscled and toned, but that you are fulfilled in all areas of your life. So come and meet him, because once you do, you understand why we are so passionate about this thing called life. Okay, so with no further ado, I want to give you a little bit of background as to who I am and who our special guest is, because you know we had a special guest. She is my sister, and I am Oniris, her other part, right? And we both are weight diet junkies. Like, since I could remember, maybe since the age of 15, we've been looking for the quick fixes, the ways to look good, the way to lose weight fast, but never stopping our food, because food is huge. We're Dominicanas. Our parents raised us with arroz, habichuela, mangú, tostones, plátano, pollo guisado, and like a lot of fried food. So we love food, but we also understand that we need to be healthy. So we've become these, like, not obsessed, but we've become educated on the need to educate other women on the power that comes from when you know what to eat and how to eat it and how to establish healthy habits. So I've lost 50 pounds. She's lost about 60 or somewhat, right? We've both been on this journey for 4 years, and we have been able to help many other women do the same. Norris is going to share with you a little bit of her journey, because growing up, I was the skinny one in my house. I was the one that was usually like underweight, but I was a picky eater. So when I reached the age of 15, I made it a goal that I was going to gain weight. And what I did at the age of 15 was I started to eat ice cream every single day of my life. And my goal was to be from a size 2. I wanted to have like chichos. Yo decía, I want to have something, que se me sienta algo, because I felt uncomfortable. So my dream became reality, and I would eat a lot. It wasn't that I didn't eat. I would eat a Big Mac. At 16, 17 years old, I would work, and I had a Big Mac with a large fry, a large Coke, a sundae, and a six-piece chicken nugget. That was what I ate. And I was thin. I wasn't big. So that all caught on to me, because yo decía, yo no engordo. Yo puedo comer todo lo que yo quiera because yo no engordo. And after marriage, I got married at 21. At 23, I had my first baby. I had him through C-section. It was the first time in my life I saw myself at the scale up above 176. At that time, I panicked, and I was like, how on earth am I going to come down? So that's when my diet world began. That's when I started drinking pills that would make me, feel that I was going to burn calories without having to go to the gym. I started to do a whole bunch of stuff, right? But as you know, instead of losing weight, I would gain more. So I got to the point of 205 pounds. And that landed me on this program where I now have educated myself and I can eat. So I'll give you Norris so that she can give you her piece.
Well, hello. Thank you for that. You just took me back to 164th Street and the daycare center. That's crazy. So yes, I am Norris' sister, baby sister. So we've gone through it all, the good, the lows, and everything in between. But as for me, Norris and I are completely opposites as far as even our height. I'm a shorty. I am 5'1". She's 5'6", and my whole physical body is completely different than hers. I am more on the hip and the more voluptuous, and God granted me a lot of extras. And ever since I was a kid, I developed really early. And I actually started menstruating, we're all ladies here, when I was 8.5. So I had huge boobs as an early age, and my body was just bigger than me. I always carried myself in a different way because I had to kind of grow up into the body that was already there. So as far as how I embrace the whole healthy eating and all of that, it didn't take me to have my first child, but I'll explain. I always struggled with my weight, and I was always the heavier one. Uneves was the guitarra and I was the tambora, which basically means that she was the guitar and I was the drum. Basically just how different we were in shapes and how I used to state who I was. Since early on, not sure about you, but coming from a Latino community and Latino family. They're very vocal. And I think that I didn't even need to see myself in the mirror or weigh myself because my family knew how much I weighed, if I gained weight or if I didn't. Oh my God, tú estás más gorda than la última vez que te vi. You're fatter than the last time I saw you. Like, oh my God, but you're doing good because you're eating a lot. Like, always with me, it was that. Like, even after the hello, it was immediate. What are you doing? Like, you're looking good, but you're eating, huh? And I correlated food with everything, with happiness, with every emotion you can think of. I gravitated towards it because, let's be real, food for me fulfilled a lot. If I had to celebrate, so let's go to my favorite restaurant. If I was sad, let me have some ice cream with extra Oreos. If I was depressed, which I suffered from anxiety and depression, it was chips. I used to work in my and at that time it was my father's deli, and I would go with the deli sandwiches and load up on extra chips. And when you go to the bodega, the Spanish bodegas, they have the clear thing in the front. I would work in the cashier, but I empty out the whole front because I would be eating those 25 candies galore. I was a candy fanatic, and that's how I kept working, just snacking on things mindlessly. So my connection with food started since an early age. I think that was my scapegoat. And, talking about it just brings me back a lot of memories that tonight I'm sure I won't be able to cover it all. But all I can say is that thankfully, after I had my first child, which was Adeline, and then I waited 3 years and a half, my downfall was my son. And I always say that, and I'm like, Elias must think that, I hate him, and I don't. What happened was I hit rock bottom. I was overwhelmed. I was now no longer single. It was no longer about Norris. I was a married woman. I had a daughter, Adeline, and now I had a son. So I had other people that were counting on me and on my sanity. Because as women, I don't care what you say. Yesterday was Women's Day, and we need to give ourselves a big hug and a pat in the back and celebrate you. We do so much, and I was carrying a heavy load. I was working a full-time job, over 40 hours. My husband, to this day, we've been married for 9 years, and I love him, but our schedules are opposites. He works overnight. He arrives at 6 o'clock in the morning when I'm waking up at 7. So I'm on 24/7. So having an extra, another child, another responsibility, overwhelmed of how am I going to split myself up in so many, something inside of me just kind of darkened in a place that I just don't like to recall because it was just dark. And I felt really down and depressed, and I didn't recognize the person I saw in the mirror. And it was the heaviest I ever was. I was 215 pounds after I had the child, after I had Elias. I came home and I was that. And when I saw myself, I was just like, whoa, what happened? Like, I get it. I was always thick. And for me, it was all right. I went through that episode too, where I was like, hey, let me just be fit, sassy, and let's just be who God created me to be. But, I was playing the funk. I wasn't really happy in my skin. But once I had him, it was just a revelation. Like, you need to have something and do something drastic. And that's exactly when Norris was going through her whole thing. And she started because of me and wanted to show me that it worked because we've tried it all. Pills. She tried Herbalife. I never did because then I saw her get fat and I'm like, nah, I don't want that. And she did the whole astronaut food, the Nutrisystem. But I'm a picky eater. I'm like, oh, hell no, I'm not having that. I always recruited for the quick fixes, pills, because, hey, let's be frank. It tells you can lose 30 pounds, and why not? I would be with the jitters, but I wouldn't eat. I would go on starvation mode because then I would look at food as the enemy. So when I started this journey, it was so much more than the weight that I needed to release. And the way that I say release is because I no longer say I want to lose weight, because what you lose comes back. So I hope that you guys can join me on this and shift your mindset from losing weight to releasing weight. Once you release, don't you feel that like yes, I release every day, every ounce. I'm becoming lighter. I am releasing everything that's holding me back. I am releasing the baggage that I've been carrying for whatever time you've been carrying it for. For me, it was lifelong until I was a married woman now with 2 kids, right? For you, it might be different. So when I released and accepted the fact I am starting a journey for Norris, a weight loss journey, right? I had to set myself up like if I was literally going to a fat camp, like a boot camp. I'm sure you've seen it, and I used to be a fan of The Biggest Loser. And I literally put myself in that place of, all right, you said yes to you. I did an investment. I charged my first, challenge pack, which was Shailene Extreme. I was just getting back from maternity leave. So if you ever been on maternity leave, you don't get paid for the whole 12 weeks. So I literally charged it, and it was over $200. But I was like this, I've invested so many money. I needed something, and I did it, but I want now to see the results. So when you make this commitment that you've made, you've tried so many things before and maybe you failed, and now you've given yourself another opportunity. Now grab it by the balls and make it happen and enjoy it, because this is for you, because you are worth it. You're doing this because you know you deserve better. You know that you need your energy. You know you need your health, right? So when I did that, I did it with that understanding, and I had to make the mind shift of I'm no longer looking for quick fixes. I'm going to need to put on my big girl panties on and get to work because it does involve work. Guys, I've always cooked. Not that I love to cook, but I didn't cook healthy. I didn't care for it. I was a pasta lover, a cheese lover, and whatever I was in the mood for, I was all about the cravings and fulfilling a void or a need. Today I want steak and tostones, and tomorrow I know I want the lasagna. And I would just create these things, and I knew that something had to change in me if I wanted to see the results I was looking for, right? So that's what I mean with the shifts. And I want to take us there because it's setting ourselves up with the positive mentality that will give us positive results. If we're focusing on, oh my God, my life is over. Well, Friday's coming up, which is tomorrow. You're good Monday to Friday. And then you're going to create a vicious cycle. And the reason why I mentioned this to you is because now, 4 years later, after losing the weight that Norris has said, you do fall into these traps. And I'm going to fast forward to that.
I was going to interject for a second. I was going to say that because when you're speaking right now, you're saying we have to shift our mind, right? And we have to get on weight loss mode. Mm-hmm. At some point, we get comfortable in a weight loss mode because perhaps we reach the point that we feel comfortable in. Mm-hmm. And then that's when our slip-ups begin to happen. And it's almost as if we try to negotiate the fact that it's okay to have a cheat meal.
Because you deserve it. You work so hard.
And you were working hard and you did your workout. So why not gratify yourself?
And once in a while, it doesn't matter.
And you've already gone down 20 pounds, but you could go down a few more. And you're still not satisfied when you see yourself in the pictures, right? But you don't stop the vicious cycle. So I want you to talk a lot about that because that to me has been like, wow, it's so true.
So for me, I lost the weight. I did the program and I committed for those 90 days and I received the results that I loved, and I never imagined I would get to that point. But now fast forward to now, last November, as Norris said, you become comfortable. So I need you to understand, and maybe some of you might not, but if you've dealt with your weight all of your life and you get to a point where you're a size 6, which I am, and clothes fits you okay and you're feeling confident and you've never felt this way before, you're like, all right, so I can enjoy myself and overindulge, right? And then that was me. I became comfortable in my weight. Little did I know that I started creating the vicious cycle and I was just went over. Monday to Friday, I will follow the program. Legit. You would not, I would not disappoint you. Come Friday, husband's home because I don't see him during the week. So Friday to Sunday is family time, hubby's home, The guy eats. He's not on my health journey. So I'm exposed continuously during the weekend. So I'm like, you know what? I'm feeling good. I look good. My clothes still fits. A little bit won't hurt. A little bit won't do this. I'll snack after dinner. The almonds, the walnuts, not on unhealthy foods. You can gain weight with healthy treats. Don't be fooled like I was. So be mindful of what you're putting in your mouth and why. I want us to really shift into the mindset of, I'm in this for weight loss, and then we will get to the maintenance part, and Norris will cover that. But in the weight loss journey, you want to make sure that you are focused, laser focused, and nothing is going to get in your way. And that includes weekends. Don't create the vicious cycle that I did, and I stopped. And that's what I'm here to do, because you have to recognize, and we fail and we move forward. It's just part of the process. But I'm sharing this with you because in hopes that you don't do the same mistakes that I have. You don't want to fall into the trap of being good Monday to Friday, and then weekends comes, you're off because you deserve a pat in the back. Celebrate differently. Celebrate your success differently. Pamper yourself. Schedule me time. I actually even started putting tips on because of that. It makes me schedule myself in my planner. Maybe it's not a manicure for you. Maybe it's getting your hair done. Maybe it's getting a new top. Maybe you can shop. Cool. Organize your closets. Organize your pictures. Start creating DIYs in your home. Start reading more. Pick up more books that can help you grow in whichever area you're looking to, develop more. So don't focus so much on, let me celebrate me with food. I never eliminated food from my celebration and like anything. And no, I needed now, recently, I'm telling you, I've had to disconnect food from my life. Food is function. Food is functional. Food is functional. I'll say it again. Food is functional. It is there so we can function, so we can move, so we can have the energy to go about our day. Food is not meant to feed our emotions.
And food is there to satisfy the body, not our emotions. And speak about how
because I have a lot on my...
Speak about how you noticed the difference in the way you were eating and how it was affecting your gut, your
my glow,
and your serious energy drops.
Well, yeah, because if you're not following the meal plan, you can go in through those roller coasters of emotions, and you're spike, and then you go down, and then you're tired, slumber. And what happens when we do that? We go to comfort food, right? For me, eating late caused a lot of issues. And I also fell in the trap of eating the same thing over and over again because I got really comfortable with my banana oats pancakes because they are delicious. Now, I want to be clear here.
Certain things.
Hold on. Not because they're bad, but when you eat things consistently, your body gets bored. It doesn't react if you're having the same foods over and over and over again. And I also stopped myself. I put a lot of limitations into my taste buds. I don't eat veggies. I would scramble all of them into the shake because I personally didn't want to deal with broccoli. So I wouldn't eat all the veggies I needed to eat because I just rejected them. And I was like, nah, I'm good without them. Right? And nah, I'm not going to eat beans. I never ate beans until a few days ago, by the way. And I'm okay to admit that because I am that girl that's picky. But I've eliminated all of that because my focus right now is to become better, to become healthier. And I know that I was stopping myself. Like, why did I need to stop my weight loss? Because I achieved 145. 145 is still obese on the scale. I'm still not comfortable in my own skin. I still delete a lot of pictures because I still see the fat little girl that was younger. I'm still not there. So why did I stop? So that's where I'm at right now. And that's the shift that I want us to get there and welcome you to join me there. You know what I mean? Talk to me.
And I think I love that because what you're going through is things that I could not have guided you to do. It had to be a decision that you had to make on your own terms because yes, you were healthy. Yes, you were doing your workouts. Yes, you were following a somewhat healthy lifestyle because it's exactly that. She was eating vegetables. She was counting her containers. She was doing her thing. But at the same time, she was adding certain things and it was mindless.
Mm-hmm. Mindless eating and eating out of like just habit.
And you'll hear a lot of people speak about the fact that you have to go back to basics. So when we go back to basics, what does that mean? And when I think if we can compare, because there's a difference, right? When you are in the weight loss mode and when you're in the maintenance mode. So when you've arrived at the place that you set your goal, your behaviors and your actions are going to be completely different than the ways that you're doing them when you're in the weight loss mode. When you're in weight loss mode, I remember when I started my journey, when I did Core de Force, I had to track every single thing I put in my mouth. And you know what? I realized when I was tracking that I stopped eating con. Yeah. Because you know what I used to do when I was washing the pots in the kitchen? I would scrape the pot and then I would make sure I put that spoon in my mouth. But then I was noticing that my gut wasn't flat. My abs weren't there, right? But I was like, but I'm following the meal plan, but I'm doing this. But I wasn't noticing that I was putting those extra things. I have to sometimes feed my daughter because that's how she's going to finish her food. And if she doesn't finish everything, what do? I take the last bits because para botarlo, barriga.
It's better in the trash than in your body.
But I would think opposite, right? So that was my mentality. Once I started to track and write things down, I wasn't going to write that I ate the scraps my daughter had. So I stopped it. And then another thing you start noticing, you start to form habits that create a vicious cycle. So the moment you sit in the sofa, our bodies acknowledge the fact that we're bored.
Mm-hmm.
We're
entertainment.
We're inactive. We're watching a movie, so why not get a snack? That's what society has taught us. You watch a movie, what automatically comes to thought? Popcorn, ice cream, cookies. So automatically, you go to the sofa, you sit down with hubby, you cuddle up, and guess what you're thinking? A little bit
won't hurt.
A little bit won't do. And that little bit and little bit and little bit adds up. So then you have to reverse that mindset. So yes, you're sitting in the sofa, you're having your movie time and your cuddling session with your husband, but instead of taking the popcorn, grab a cup of tea. Get a cup of tea because you're going to need something to sip on to kind of control.
Or chew gum.
Or to control your anxiety. You're going to need it. And you're not going to stand up and go to get it because guess what? You didn't buy popcorn to have in your pantry. Because I don't know about you, but if I buy ice cream in my house, it calls my name. Like the moment I pass the refrigerator and the freezer, it says, Uniris, open, I'm here. Uniris, open, I'm here. And I will have it right before. It doesn't matter if I'm in bed. I will get up from bed and I will go have a spoon of ice cream because it calls me. It's my trigger. It's my weakness. You may have alcohol as your weakness. You may have peanut butter as your weakness. You may have Oreos as your weakness. I know my sister and everybody in my family knows that's Norris's kryptonite. Like if you want to see her weak, show her Oreos. So I know not to buy Oreos and not to
have Oreos
in my pantry because that messes up with her mind. Chips Ahoy are dangerous for me. So I don't buy those things. And you know what I do? I get them for my kids, like the snack size one, because they're allowed, right? And I put them where I don't see them in my pantry because I don't have them. So when you're in weight loss mode is different than when you're in maintenance mode. So you have to recognize your extras. because it's not that the scale doesn't move, is that you are doing something that is not allowing the scale to move.
And one of the things I had, to do was exactly that. And I shared before that I started journaling again. If you bite it, write it. Something happens when you jot it down, because why are you eating it? Am I really hungry? Or what am I trying to fill up here? Are you drinking enough water? Guys, I cannot stress enough. Sometimes I think that I'm hungry because you know the mindless eating. Like, let me just grab this. You ain't hungry? Have you drank water? Like for me, I have to keep like a gallon next to my, this is the amount of water I've had. I need this little bit and it'll probably be a tea. So I literally have a gallon of water a day. And before I eat, I have my 12 ounces because I'm already starting to fuel my stomach with what it needs. I don't like to drink while I'm eating. So document what you eat. Write it down. Write your current state. What's going on? We are emotional beings and we are all women. We go through our PMS mode. We go through a difficult time at work. Jot that down on paper, but don't recruit to food to resolve the problem because you're just creating a bigger one.
I had a situation today where it was stressful for me. And in the past, I would resort to ice cream to calm me down and to just make me feel happy. And because Norris has been helping, like sharing all of these things that she's like, her mind shift is happening. I'm like, it's true. I'm not going to buy ice cream. I'm not going to. And I used to buy the little ones, like, those little mini ones that they are in the freezer. And when you pass by.
We all have our kryptonite. I'm sure you're all thinking of your kryptonite. For some, it might be flan. For some, it might be something else. I don't know.
I know alcohol is a big one and it's hard because at the beginning it's hard to say no, but at the same time it's for a good cause. So what I did was I went out and I left the house and I went for a walk and I did something different. I changed my routine for the afternoon and I actually went shopping. And you know what I did? I bought myself a brand new sports bra. I bought myself brand new working out pants so that I can now have something to look forward to as opposed to sabotage my routine so far.
If you're not there yet to shop, go on Pinterest and start looking at the clothes you want to wear in the spring. We are visual people. New outfits, new fashion is coming up. I don't know about you, but spring is around the corner. We will be dressing lighter. So we want to start feeling more comfortable. So to me, that's motivation. So hydrate, write it down, embrace. Oh, I hope you guys are ready. Embrace the scale. I let go of the scale because the scale became my enemy. Truly a fact. When I did, when I was a challenger, right? When I was like legit, like my 90 days, every day I would weigh in. But guess what? I got comfortable. I'm like, I got this. We get comfortable. And I stopped weighing in. And what happens with that? So you create the cycle. I know, go, and then I have to do the same. You create the cycle and you don't notice it because your clothes goes with you. And I'll tell you because of the jeans that I wear. Your jeans get comfortable in your own skin. They know how to maneuver, your curves. And that's what happened to me. I'm like, my clothes are still fitting me, maybe a little bit snug, but it's still fitting me. But when you step on the scale and you notice that you're 10 pounds over, you're like, whoa, how the heck did we get here? And that's all those little things that you kind of missed because we didn't drink the water, we didn't work out, we didn't write it down, we didn't document, et cetera, et cetera. So weighing in daily is something that is key in weight loss because, again, we are in weight loss mode. So set your mind up for that. And don't look at the scale as the enemy or like, oh my God, that number sucks. Maybe for a second or two. And just jot down what happened during the day before, because that's what the scale is all about. It's for us to measure what happened and what our bodies react to. Norris mentioned that I bloat. I do. And unfortunately, I love carbs, but carbs and I are not a good mix. And I've noticed that now that I'm weighing in every day. And it's something that I love the scale for because now I know that if I have a whole wheat and it's healthy. If I have a whole wheat wrap or if I have a toast, the next day, the scale will go up in ounces. My body reacts to certain foods. You might be the same and you don't know. So I find that the scale does not only serve as you measuring yourself and setting yourself up for success and seeing where you're going and not letting it spike to a point where you're 15 pounds over. No, you're tackling the issue at hand with ounces or maybe a pound or two. Because, you know, if you gained a pound, you can lose it really quickly, right? But if you don't weigh in and you wait maybe once or every 3 months to weigh in, the number is going to be larger and you're going to feel like, whoa, here I go again. So measuring yourself and weighing in helps with that. And for me, it's helped me look at what food does to me and my body and how it reacts. So steak, definitely the scale goes up. For you, it might be different. So I jot down what I eat. And the next day I'm like, wow, I had salad last night. I lost such and such. I need to do that more for dinner. You start learning how your body physically reacts to certain foods, and you know the good ones and not so good ones. So I don't know, Norris, welcome back.
Thank you. Did you mention the name of
the scale? No, but we can share it. It's at Easy Homes.
At Easy at Homes.
Easy at Home, and it's a digital scale, which is another thing, right? It sets up all your daily weigh-ins, so you don't need to, you know.
It sets it up. It saves it.
It saves it for you.
So delete it like me.
I have the scale and I weigh in every day. And guys, I use the restroom and I get butt naked and I weigh in because I know that I'm doing this for me, that I'm becoming lighter. I'm becoming more aware of my body.
Did you mention how many pounds you've lost since you started?
No, I have not. But I can tell you that after Super Bowl Sunday, I know, on Monday, February 6th, I was 158.6 pounds. And as of this Wednesday, I am 146.6 pounds. So I've lost a good 13 pounds. I'm rounding it off.
A good 13.
A good 13 in a month.
Just by paying attention to what you're eating.
Just being mindful and looking at food as function and not feeding into my emotions.
Absolutely.
And not being mindless about it. So being aware and not seeking perfection. I just want to be aware because I was feeling sluggish. I was feeling kind of like, what's going on? I'm doing everything that I need to do, but my gut is not, going down. If you write it down and you see it and be real with you, you know what's going on. And then you can fix things and rearrange it.
And to be quite honest, we're going to be on this journey for quite some time because as I say, we must live our lives as if it's our birthday every single day, right? We celebrate life every single day until the day we're no longer here. So what that means is we will always start making progress. We will always make intentions to become stronger and to become wiser. So yes, we're telling you, if you are in the position where you want to lose the weight and you're in that mindset and you're ready to make the change, to commit to the change for the long term, then don't look back. Don't be in halfway. Go all the way in and give it 90 days. Don't give it 21 days. Give it 90 days of following everything like it is designed for you to follow. Don't skip it. Don't cheat it because you're only cheating yourself. And I wish that I could inject the idea that if you stick with it, you're not going to die. You're not going to die because I know that when we're doing the workouts, I know that when I do surrenders in the 21-day fix, I feel like I'm dying, like I'm not going to survive. But that's in that minute. The minute is over and it ends. Torture ended. And I survived. The next week, I do the same workout, and now I'm able to do it, and I'm stronger. So what does that prove? Just like she says, the workout doesn't get easier. The workout is just the same as you did the first day. What happens is you get stronger. So your mindset is what has to be boosted. change the thought that you're going to change one day. No, you're ready to change now, because one day you don't know if it will come. So know that you do this today, and one day, let's say, for example, I know for me, I'm on maintenance code. I'm on maintenance place, but right now I am going to go down a little bit. Why? Because I let myself go a little bit too. When you get comfortable and you start like being comfortable, and I have like maybe 5 pounds that I'm playing with, but
She's playing with 5 pounds, but let me stop you right there. This is why we're having this convo, girls, because we love you and we're sisters and we all need a sister. So you know that Norris was part of the Core to Force test group, right? And she has her whole cute little 6-pack and all that, right? And we love her for it, and we love her shoulders and her, hey, every day, the workout. The homegirl
could eat.
could eat. And she looks good. I'm not saying otherwise, right? But we're sisters. We're women. We need to help each other out. I don't want her to lose her transformation. She freaking earned that. Like, if you've tried Core to Force with dynamic strength, you know she earned it. So here we are, and we're having the same conversation here. And I'm here to, share the same thing that I shared with her. Like, what are you doing to yourself? Like, you're effing your own self. Like, let's nip it in the bud before it gets to 10 pounds. And then summer's around the corner. You're going to be like, hey, nothing.
Because I was weighing in every 15 days.
Because she was comfortable. So don't get comfortable.
Now I'm weighing in every day. And I'm weighing in.
And she has less to deal with. 5 pounds is better than 10.
Absolutely. And that's my biggest, like, aha, like, oh, shoot, it's true. And the reason I was, you all know that when I was doing Core de Force, because the program was different and we had to follow a different meal plan, our scale is eventually going to go up and down. And that was expected. So in the challenge group, they told us to just weigh ourselves every 15 days. And that's why I implemented and I shared that. But then I noticed that right now for me, I need to be conscious of it so that I don't let myself go. So what I want to say to you is, I'm being very strict with myself. I'm back to basics. I'm back to drinking my water. I'm back to no more snack. I'm back to not eating anything after 7 p.m. I'm back, and I know, because I get myself in the same mindset that my challengers and my clients are. And when they say, pero yo tengo hambre todavía, I'm like, drink water, because your body doesn't need any more food. You had enough to eat. So move it on. Okay?
Oh, and another thing, you're not starving.
No.
Guys, we have a sense of entitlement, and I know that I'm one. You go on tantrums. I'm starving. You're not starving. You ate 3 hours ago. You might be hungry, but you're not starving. Like, you've never had food. Drink your water. Go for your veggies. Fuel up on those things that are going to give you the more energy to go about your day. Remember, food is function. And with that,
we want to open it up to any questions that you guys have. Please don't let us be the ones talking. I think we threw out a lot of information for spring clean eating thoughts.
It's pretty much mindset and cleaning out the pantry. You will not find an Oreo in my home. You will not. You will not.
You know what one of my friends is doing? She took
pizza. I just look at it as the enemy. I'm like, you don't have anything on me. I look at it like that. It's
she has goals to wear a bikini for the summer. So she hangs the bikini on her pantry. Like, inside of her pantry, she has the bikini. And every time she opens it to go and grab something, the bikini is a visual reminder that she can't have that.
Oh, that's cool.
Some of us may need notes. Some of us may need to write down, like, we are worthy, we are worth it. Some of us may need to pray because we've abused of our emotional eating, and we have left the idea that we have self-control within us. And I'm one to say that if you are a believer, then you have to activate your faith, even in your nutrition. So, no me vengan con el cuento de que yo no como esto, usted sí lo come, because when you were a baby, you ate veggies. You were created to eat healthy foods, not fried, not salty, not processed, as close to the ground as possible.
Back to basics.
So open to questions. You can type
Come
them
on.
in the chat, or we would say it's done.